Hi, this is Prios. Today I will bring you the analysis of a hand a friend of mine sent to me asking for advice. At first, you suck wild. Weak tight. What the fuck is this? Why are only 2 cards shown? Not everyone is just playing boring no limit hold'em. Shame on you. Okay, let's change view again as this damn thing is not working. We are in a 4-handed game on the cutoff. This is the first interesting decision point. What should we do? Limping is not an option, as it is considered suboptimal from most players if you are first in. So we are left with only 2 options, raising or folding. If I raise or not is dependent of the 3-bet frequencies of my opponents. I would raise if I am not getting 3-bet much. Anyways, my friend decided to raise, and I can't blame him for that. Bullitos folds and we get 2 callers from the blinds. We hit a decent flop and it's checked to us. I would assume my hand is usually good. But it needs protection and I want to extract some value. So I would make a continuation bet. This is what Hero did. We get 2 callers and hit an unfortunate turn. Action is checked to us. Hero checks behind. A wise decision after most straights came in and we only have top and bottom pair, not a particular strong hand in PLO. The river card is pretty good for us, giving us the third nuts. Surprisingly, Sira Aziz decides to lead out for almost pot. Our hand all of a sudden appears a lot less attractive than before. Let's analyze the hand from 2 standpoints. First, the GTO side of things, and second, the exploitive side. From the GTO standpoint, we are pretty high up in our range, although we could still have 3 better hands, namely Ace-Ace, Ace-10 and Ace-9. Having close to the top of our range is an argument for calling. If we fold Ace-8, we might be overfolding in this spot, and opponents might be able to exploit that tendency if they recognize our weak tight approach. Let's now come to the exploitive strategy. In general, I think this is a fold against the majority of players. It's showing insane strength to donk here against 2 opponents. His bet size makes him more polarized into nuts or nothing type hands. So far, we want to fold from an exploitive standpoint and call from the GTO view of things. In order to solve this problem, we should look deeper into player tendencies. I looked up 2 stats from my database in order to make the correct decision. The first one is call small blind to cut off steal, and the second one is bet river. The first one is 10%. This one is really tight, but it doesn't mean that he is defending the top 10%, no. As he is 3-betting 7%, it means he's defending 7 to 17% this way. The river bet stat is really high for Sira Aziz, with an astonishing 37. So far we got 2 more infos. The first one makes us willing to fold, as 7 to 17% is a really tight range, and this makes Ace-9 or Ace-10 a super likely holding for him. The second one pushes us into the direction of calling, as 37 river bet is really high and shows us that he is being able to pull some moves on us on the river. As we are still undecided, we have to analyze the situation even deeper, with the help of pro poker tools, Odds Oracle and some more additional thoughts. First question. Can he value bet worse? Answer for most people is no. but seeing a river bet stat of 37, this opponent might bet worse or the same hand for value. Let's see what he might bet, what we can beat or split against. A straight is definitely to lose of a value bet, but he might get frisky with ace-8 as well, or 10-10. Second question, are there any hands he might bluff? And the answer is yes. There are some candidates in his range, for example 10-8, 8-9 or 10-9. These hands are ideal candidates as he blocks some full house combos for your opponent. This makes it less likely someone has a boat and increases the chances to get your bluff through. So let's come to a follow-up question. Is this a good spot to bluff? I think the answer is clearly yes. It looks insanely strong if he is betting into two people. We almost definitely get all straights to fold, and as we even debate calling with ace-8 here, a bluff must have insane value. Problematic about the full house blocker theory is that he has a lot less 10-9, 10-8 and 8-9 combos in his range than most other people, as his preflop defending range is so tight. But it is likely that he is bluffing at least some of these, as his high river bet factor is indicating. Let's now move to the PPT analysis to break down the problem even further. He can only decide to bluff the river with hands he called on the flop. Let's see if we can find possible combos. Open-ender and pairs are good candidates for that, like 8-9 jack, 10-9 jack. Let's only take the better open-enders, as he also got one more opponent behind on the flop, and we don't want his range to be too loose. Another candidate that might call the flop and get turned into a bluff later is 10-8 for bottom 2. Let's now figure out his value bets. These are 8-9, 8, ace-9, ace-10, ace-8, and let's say that he might overplay 10-10 as well. Let's also assume that he is not turning straights into a bluff. We assume if he has a straight and blockers, he's just trying to get a cheap showdown. In that case, we got unbelievable 42% and we should make the call here, as we only need 31%. Here you see the board on the top end, and afterwards the range of Sira, Aziz and our hand. But that's not the end of our discussion. Let's now also look into the case where he's not overplaying 10-10 and just value betting ace-8 and better. In that case, our equity shrinks to 27% and we should lay our hand down. Unfortunately, we still didn't find out what to do. As a result, varies a lot with the assumptions we put in. But as you guys probably hate it, if you now have to go home without a clear answer, I say we should call. Him having a river bet stat of 37 makes me wanna call, as he is probably value betting to thin and also bluffing too much. And if it's that close, I always prefer a call, getting some additional information about his hand. I hope you liked this kind of analysis. This was it for today. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please join my community and subscribe and or like. Also feel free to comment below. If you have interesting hands for me, you can also comment below, posting a link and as much stats that might help me to find the best play, and your hand might be next that will get analyzed. Bye.